Let's see. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen, you know how long it's been since I've been live? You know what? Someone said to me this morning, your hair looks really short. I'm like, I guess it's because it's washed and pinned. My daughter said to me, Mom, you don't look like Tiffany, you look like Tina. And I was like, do I look like Tina? Let me know in the chat if you think I look like Tina instead of Tiffany. This is so fun. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about brand. We've got about 8 days left until we close up the Boss Complete, which is just dynamite. And I'm going to be talking all of these brands. The last few days I did not go live, so here we go. If you're not following me on my business page, if you are not inside of Do the Damn Thing Nation, which is our free community group, or if you're not on our email list, do me a favor and comment and figure out how to get involved, because I'm going to be giving away all and everything around how do you build a business? How do you go from, okay, I have a story, to, okay, I have a story, I know someone should hear it, to I'm making money, I'm attracting the people I want to work with, I'm able to charge the price point I want to work with. And then more importantly, how do you go from there to, wow, I'm doing this full time, or man, I've just added another $100,000, or yes, I'm able to hire a team. Because the truth of the matter is that your story is still the greatest asset that you have. It's the greatest asset that you have. It's not an asset, it's the greatest asset that you have. And if you don't use your story, someone else is going to tell it for you. Now, really quickly in the chat, I'm going to ask you to put the word story, because we're going to be going through this. Let me share my desktop real quick so that you know exactly what part of the boss method I'm going to be teaching. I hope you can see this. Okay, so right here. So this part where it says B, we're going to be going through today: story, message, voice, and distribution. How do you distribute your story? How do you distribute your story? I think what I'm going to do is make this a 12-part series, and at some point we're going to take it all down. But the 12-part series today, first I'm going to start with story. Later on this afternoon, actually probably in 2-3 hours, I'm going to head to your message and messaging. Later on today, I'm going to do voice. Right after that, I'm going to get into distribution. And if it's not today, it'll be tomorrow. All right, here we go. So think about like this. Your story, every business should have these 5 things in place when it comes to the story. 1, their ability to tell their story in 3 sentences, plus or minus. 2, they should have 5 problems that your story solves. So 5 problems that your story solves. 3, what your business should have in place is a place where I can read through your story and see 5 pieces of myself. So when you think about your story, your story's objective is to highlight the problems that your customer or potential customers have. Now, there's different phases in your life and there's different phases in your story. So I've been in business now for 16 years, which means that I've experienced a lot of different things. And in me experiencing a lot of different things, whoops, let me take this off. Okay. And in me experiencing a lot of different things, that means that I need to be clear that I had a problem in the beginning of my business. I had a problem in trying to get to 6 figures, and when I got to 6 figures, and so on and so forth. We think that we have to be solving this big problem, and we actually don't. We literally just need to solve a tiny problem within the big problem, okay? We need to solve a big problem, a tiny problem within the big problem. I want you to think of it like this. So I'm gonna draw, okay? And if you can see this, I'm gonna ask you to put the word screen. So we have this, let's see if I can do this. We might have to do this via Zoom. I'm gonna draw this. So we have this big problem that we solve. And we're all always trying to make money off of this big problem, right? So it's like, I help people lose weight. I help people blah, 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 blah. And yeah, you can help people lose weight. That's the big problem, to lose weight. But I'll tell you what the little problem is. The little problem will get you paid too, okay? So imagine that this is my big problem. I was 600 pounds and now I needed to be lower, okay? So we're constantly trying to sell this, and then we're trying to sell this for $1,000. And I'm not saying that this is bad to sell for $1,000, but in today's climate, in a pandemic environment, trust me when I say that you can still make $100,000 by breaking down this problem into 3 different components, okay? So that might mean that I let me tell you one of the ones that just came to me recently. I'm not flexible. So recently I started working with a trainer, and he said something really important to me. He said, well, at the end of the day, Tiffany, people think that stretching is about just getting, being stretched and being physically fit. And I'm like, really? There's more to it? He said, yes. He said, you're trying to lose weight, but you can't really do, most people are trying to lose weight, but they can't really do the things that they need to do in order to lose a weight because their body is not stretched and their body is tight. And I said to him, so then this is why we don't need to sell this big program, right? We need to sell this program. This was supposed to be an arrow. Clearly, I can't draw. So I want you to think to yourself, you solve one big problem, but can you take a sheet of paper right now and can you break down your problem into 5 little pieces? Now, here's the tip. Over the next 6 days, if you're inside of Do the Damn Thing Nation, that is our free community group. Hi, Monique. That is our free community group. And if you want access to the group, please ask me. If you just type in Do the Damn Thing Nation on Facebook, you'll find it. I'm going to be doing Q&A over the next couple of days until we close the Boss Complete, which means if you ask me any question around building your business, the Boss Complete, our process, the brand method, or the Boss method, starting with brand, I'll answer your questions. Because the truth is that if you just take on what I'm asking every single day, you'll be able to grow. I promise you. I'm going to go live. Now, I thought about doing this. I'm going to go live every XYZ time. I'm going to do my best to go live somewhere between 9:30 and 10 o'clock or 9 and 10 o'clock a.m. I'm going to do my best to go live somewhere around 1 o'clock. I'm going to do my best somewhere to go live right around 5 o'clock before our programs begin. So those are the 3. And if it's not 5 o'clock, trust me when I say it'll be somewhere, not 5, it'll be 8. So midday, I'm thinking Pacific time on the East Coast. Okay. So here's the thing. You're trying to sell your product for $1,000. All right. Now, you can, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about offers, but the truth of the matter is that if this is your big problem, you don't have to always sell a product or service at this price. You could totally make $100,000 by selling this tiny thing. So let's say I'm trying to lose weight and my biggest problem is I need to lose weight. So therefore I need a weight losing program, right? My first problem is that I'm not flexible. My second problem might be that I don't have balance. My third problem might be is that I have tough time pulling together my eating plans. My fourth problem might be that I have a tough time measuring. The truth is that if someone sold me separately something that allowed me to figure out how to stretch, something that allowed me to figure out how to measure my food or a meal plan, and then something that allowed me to focus in on my balance, I'm still going to get a massive result on my way as a customer to solving my big problem. Does that make sense? If this makes sense, can you put the word story in the chat? If this makes sense, please, if you can put the word story in the chat. Hi, Jock, how you doing? Okay, so there's a big problem, and then there's taking down your big problem and talking it into small problems. Even when you're building content, this is the greatest way for you to build content, because truth is, I thought that I needed to have a said trainer to get stronger. And he said to me, no, we need to get more flexible. And I went, more flexible? And then I thought to myself, man, you could sell just this on its own. The truth of the matter is that making money, sometimes we make it harder than it needs to be, and it can be easier if we'll allow it. But this concept of taking a big problem and pulling it down is easy. Now, really quickly, I want you to ask yourself, do I have 5 mini problems that I could solve for my customers? And I don't care what business you're in. If you're inside of Do the Damn Thing Nation, I want you to write it down. And I'm going to literally really quickly tell you, yes, you're right on pack, or no, that's not a great idea. I'm going to be doing completely free live coaching every single day until we wrap up the Boss Complete program and I close it up. And the reason why is because I know it's the end of the year and everybody has a program and something. And the truth of the matter is that you just need to make money. And as I am now, I guess this is week 5 outside of California, I've been in Florida for the last month. Right now, I'm in another state. I'm not in California. And as I think about problems to solve, I'm in the state where I built a 7-figure business. I was walking around late last night getting in my steps because now I got a brand new challenge. Anyone want to do it with me? 10,000 steps? Relentless is doing it with me. I was thinking to myself, you know, I literally got to 7 figures by just asking someone over and over and over again, hey, do you need me to solve this problem? Yes or no? I don't know what that is for you, but in this particular moment, this is what we're doing together. I'm going to ask you to grab a sheet of paper. I want you to think about the big problem you solve. And then I'm going to ask you to break it down into 5 micro areas. And these are the 5 mini problems that are inside of the big problem. Because inside of it is content that you can create, is offers, is support, is more money. Okay, and we're talking about brand. So as I wrap this up, you want to do it? Ooh, this is good. This is really good. The bite-sized pieces is how you stack cash, not just the big thing. So if you're just tuning in, let me say this. For the next, I guess, 6 or 7 days, I'm going to be going live somewhere between 3 to 5 times a day. And only inside of Do the Damn Thing Nation am I going to offer feedback, coaching, support, and supply. Help. I'd love to know if you think I'm a Tina or am I a Tiffany. My daughter said to me this morning, Mom, you don't look like a Tiffany, you look like a Tina because my hair is curly. That's what happens when you pin it. Anyhow, we started laughing. I was like, okay, I'll be Tina. I'll rock this. Bite-sized pieces. So my goal over the next 6 days is just to get you to think. I'm going to teach in micro, tiny pieces like this because I want to help you. I also am going to selfishly make an offer to the selfishly. Why? Because I know for a fact that it's a good place for you to hang out, with your ideas, your thoughts. It's everything I've ever known about building a business, period. So number 1, macro topic. Number 2, if you haven't liked this, please like it. Please like it. Please give me feedback on the video because you know how Facebook rolls already. They absolutely want to see that we're useful. This is for sure part one of us doing the damn thing together. In a couple of hours, I'm going to go live on the second part of our brand strategy. And I'm going to talk right about this. So I'm talking from the boss method, okay? And this is message. So the next thing we're going to talk about is your message. So the first thing we just covered, brand in your story. Your story is your brand. All right. With that, I'm going to say, dun, 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 dun. I'll see you in a couple of hours. Please ask me questions. And if I see you asking me a question outside of Do the Damn Thing Nation, I'm going to say, hey, you got to get into Do the Damn Thing Nation. I'll totally answer that question for you. Yes, the 12 days of boss is here. I'm so sorry I wasn't live over the last couple of days, but I promise I'm here and I'm ready for you. And stay tuned as we do this damn thing together. Let's build a business. Let's make some money.